Hello, we just got a new update from Epic on their forum and probably over on Reddit as well regarding the new front end changes. What does that mean? The front end changes is basically an overhaul to how the game interface, the UI, how you level. I mean, they're reworking the whole thing, essentially. So we are getting the majority of it. Some of the changes that are still coming that are not going to be in this next update. Is the hero customization. That is not coming quite yet, but everything else is. So the skill trees here, I mean, you can pretty much say goodbye to these. You could say goodbye to the research trees, man. This stuff is it's going bye-bye. So we'll dig into it. I'll have a link again down below for the official article. We'll skim through it here just really briefly. It's a big article. It's coming in 6.3, which should be the next update if I remember correctly. Basically, the home base, let's see, what did they say here? When we approached updating the front end, we set out with a lot of goals. We wanted the UI to be easier to understand and navigate, while also leaving room to grow in the future. Additionally, we wanted the front end to feel integrated with the rest of the game by giving it more life and character. In the revamp, many of the menu options now represent locations within your home base and are staffed by characters you meet as part of the campaign. This is kind of a cool feature. It gives you more of like a I don't know, a story. It's cool. It's interactive. We'll go down through it. So like the command center right here. If you look at the top, you've got your quest button, your map button, command, armory, item shop, and store. Whereas currently, you've got play, map, heroes, squads, skills. So they're bringing in the command tab. We've got heroes, survivors, upgrades, research, and profile all under one tab. And here it shows here, they now have a level right over, I can't point to it, right here that says 95. That corresponds to your, people are calling it commander level or home base level. So that's your skill points. So every time at the end of the mission, currently, when you get your XP and it fills up, you get a skill point, right? So now it's on screen. It gives you a level now. It never did give a level. It shows all of your XP boosts on screen as well. They go on to say that home base power is now simply called power, and a variety of rewards are given when you level up, including fort stats, as well as schematics and resources. XP boosts information are also visible, like I pointed out right there below your skill bar, your skill point bar. Heroes. We're excited to introduce a new character to help whip your heroes into fighting shape, the Major. Once you meet him in the campaign, he'll be located in the training room. The Major unlocks the abilities to level up and manage your heroes, as well as provide access to defenders, expeditions, and your hero loadout. We'll have more details on the new hero loadout when that feature is closer to release. But for now, it handles your primary hero, as well as tactical and support slots. They've added, so there's a back button over here. So they're saying we've added a back button to the top left for easier navigation on the menus. Players who use a controller can still use the primary controller back button, which is standard. But again, I don't know about you guys, but I use the escape button, which is still there to go backwards. So maybe for the, I don't. It seems, it's nice. I like extra content, but the fact that they spent time to point that out. Hey, look, we added a back button. They've always had a back button. It's down in the right-hand corner. Like, are people really complaining about it's the escape key. Your hand's right. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe I don't get annoyed by stuff like that. It's cool. Regardless, there's more stuff. I like the fact that he's got like a spork and a knife on his hand. And we've got the cardboard cutout propane guy in the background. What else do we got? A beat up. We got Chinese stars sticking inside the punching bag. There's a lot of cool stuff in the background there. A lot of cool stuff. It'd be cool if it's all if there's animated stuff happening. I'm sure the heroes themselves are live and moving, but if the background was animated, that'd be cool too. Survivors. Survivor screen is where you will encounter another new addition to the cast, the Director, found later in Stonewood. See, this is something that I'm kind of worried about for all of us OGs, because they're saying here, like, you find the Director later on in Stonewood, you find the Major, you find... We've already done these quests. Are we going to be able to go back and get these guys? Like, they're just going to be there for us. Not that I'm big on story, but I feel like I should have at least had a chance to see them. So, maybe I'll have to reboot my second account. I don't know. They're also introducing a new feature called autofill for your survivor squads. Autofill works by making sure your survivors with the highest power are always slotted in a squad, like I've always preached. Although it is on by default, you can always take full control at any time. There's also a new quick tips screen to better explain the matching rules for squad slotting. So hopefully that'll clear a lot of stuff up, because survivor squads seem to be the most confusing, overthought thing in the game by players. It's really simple. And you just really need to just fill them up. And people overthink and overworry and spend way too much time stressing and just spending time, wasting time on survivor squads. So hopefully this makes it a little better and easier for new players. Lastly, we've added a feature to make navigation between item types faster than before. Use the left and right arrows to quickly change between heroes, schematics, survivors, defenders, and resources. So that could be kind of cool. I didn't have a problem just clicking the actual where I wanted to go. So, but that'll be cool to see that. Again, what does he have? He just has a bunch of survivors on the board. I wonder why one has a frame. Leader? No. It's kind of cool. Upgrades. So here we get into some actual real new stuff. These are, so far it's been just rework menu systems. This is new. This is going to replace basically the skill tree and the research tree, the next two sections. The upgrades room is staffed by Kevin. Kevin, your robotic helper for gaining access to gadgets and other tools. Upgrade points earned by leveling up during missions can be spent to acquire and improve gadgets, as well as upgrade utility options like backpack size, pickaxe strength. So all of the stuff that you used to find in the skill tree regarding what was just listed here, outside of like survivors and things, you can access through upgrades. You can preview the details of each upgrade level in order to make a more informed decision for where to invest your points. So that's kind of cool. It gives you a description now. I'm hoping that they update the videos, because the videos in the skill tree are ancient, are super ancient. So it'd be cool to actually see more of a upfront. And you also have to go to the skill points, navigate. If you're on console, you got to click through all the different nodes. It's laggy. You get to the video if you're going to watch it. This has it all right here. It's just right up front, which is nice. So you can pick your gadget. It shows little there's hashes below them, which I'm assuming are the different levels you can upgrade to it. And then it gives you a description. It even tells you what the next upgrade will do to it, which is cool to see also. So I like this change. This change is definitely a solid change. It affects me. My stuff's all maxed out. But I think it's really cool looking. I like the fact that I wish it was like this to begin with. I also come from an older generation of World of Warcraft where you have to go down your skill trees. So the skill tree thing wasn't bad either, but this is nice. This is nice and clean. I like it. Did you guys notice the V-Bucks? 1 million? Jeez. All right, the research. Our favorite van flying scientist Lars has taken up residence in the research lab where he'll allow you to spend research points on the fort stats. So this is a little different too. I mean, the research tree was technically this. You had the quadrants in the trees. That was your offense, your fortitude, your resistance, and your tech. But now it just looks like you can just level it up. We're also introducing bonus meters that provide you with extra stats when filled. Now, I'm not sure what the bonus meters are. I was trying to look at this. What does the text say? Fortitude. Fortitude research is currently boosting health and health regeneration rate by 0%. Next upgrade increases by 1%. And it uses all your research points. Stats gained from research are a bonus added to your total fort stats. I don't know what the bonus meters are. I do see the yellow hashes down below. You'll see like over here on the fortitude that they have highlighted the green plus 1, then the 0, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hash marks that potentially could be different. Those could be the bonus meters. I'm not sure how that works. So that'll be neat to see that and how that works. Okay, yeah, so the point, it doesn't even explain it. The point generation rate and storage capacities of the research lab are occasionally upgraded when you level up. So just like in the skill trees, as you progress through this, the research trees, it gives you more research capacity and then the rate that you earn research. Armory. This chick looks badass. She looks a little sad in the eyes, but I feel like she would whoop on people if needed be. The armory remains the place to be to access and manage all of your schematics, items, and resources, as well as the collection book and transform features. I was really hoping by now they would have expanded more on the transform. They expressed interest early on about having a more in-depth crafting feature in game, and that's what the transform is. But they haven't really done anything with it really. In the update, however, the armory is now appropriately staffed by another new character, Clip, your weaponsmith. You'll unlock her as you progress through the campaign. Again, another person that I probably won't be able to meet unless I start a new profile. On that note, I wish that they would implement different save files, different profiles on the same account. Like I want to like profile A, profile B, so I can start over without having to make a new account or buy a new account. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. You'll unlock her as you progress through the campaign like a new weaponsmith. Worth her salt, Clip keeps your most powerful weapon schematics prominently on display. That's kind of cool. I was looking at that earlier, by the way. So they're saying that on this wall behind her, you've got guns, and the guns that will be on display will be your most powerful ones. But then I was like, well, I've got what determines most powerful? Like I have a ton of 4-star 40 weapons, maxed out, max legendary perked, right? So then I was looking at the wall, and it's got one weapon type. So it's probably going to pick whatever it deems highest DPS, probably, because that seems to be their way of gauging the value of a weapon. Especially after they put DPS in the back menu and they put damage up front, which is probably more important. But they reverted back to DPS. So I guess maybe it's going to show you your top valued gun in their eyes on the wall. It's still cool. It's a cool feature. I like it. I just I don't know why I was thinking about how it's going to work out, because it's really not that relevant. It's just cosmetic fluff. But yeah, so they've got 1 million V-Bucks. Their power level 40, commander level 12, which means they're low, because I was looking at the schematic space storage, and I was like, 300, that's low. That is so low. But again, I have 450 plus days played, so I was kind of worried that they're going to nerf all that down. I don't know why they would. They wouldn't. Quests. The quest tab is now the first tab in the UA and shows the campaign and event quest maps that you can scroll through, inspecting rewards as you go. See, I wish that they had a way in-game to filter. I don't know if that's going to come. Maybe I should continue reading. But being able to filter by rewards and not having to use a third-party website would be nice. I always think it's weird when games don't give you the information required and you have to use a third-party app or website to get things done effectively. It just seems weird to me. So hopefully there'll be other ways to navigate what you're looking for without having to scroll around the map. We made a few other changes as well. First, the Play Now button has been moved to the bottom of the screen to be more consistent with where other game launching buttons are located. Second, the quest log is now accessed from a large button directly below the Play button. This placement allows it to be instantly accessible from the campaign and event quest maps, allowing you to pin quests without having to navigate away from the... Okay, so that's kind of cool. Saves like 10 seconds, but it's cool. New player experience. We've also made some changes to improve a new player experience. Previously, we used a lot of quests with UI-based objectives to help explain new features, but they were often hard to notice and not as effective as they could be. The quest-driven UI tutorials have been replaced with contextual, quick explanations of key features as they are unlocked. Prior to this revamp, new users could be taken back by the amount of tabs, menu options, etc. Available right from the beginning of the game, with the introduction of the new home-based characters, features are now more consistently revealed as a player progresses through the campaign, being briefly explained when additional clarity is necessary. I wonder if they should have a tab where people can go back in and read, like a tutorial tab. You can go back in and see everything. I wonder if they will. Because that is... So I'm kind of torn between this, because as a content creator... it's nice the fact that the game doesn't explain jack to you. Oh, look, we're down to 13,000 V-Bucks. Oh, there's a different profile. So, it's nice because then we get to do lots and lots and lots of content, and if it's already explained to you from the front end, that's cool. It's good for the devs. It's good for the game. But then that eliminates some of the potential decent, relevant content that us creators create. You have a new friend suggestion. So how does this affect my account? What about the skill tree, defender squads, blah, 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 blah. So this is probably where everybody's freaking out, and this is where they'll explain it. And I'll bump through this as fast as I can. This revamp replaces both the old skill and research trees and spreads their functionality into new places. The trees could be slow to navigate, a bit difficult to understand, and had some options that weren't always very compelling. These changes move the more impactful gameplay choices directly into the upgrades room. Features that are necessary to progress through the game, such as unlocking survivor slots, evolution, etc., are now rewards as part of campaign progress and interaction with the new home-based characters. Additionally, we've removed some old restrictions such as requiring leadership nodes in order to play certain character classes as a way to smooth out the flow of the beginning of the game. So now we don't have to go through the skill trees to get to certain things and unlock things that we don't want to get things. Basically, if you want Survivor stuff, it's just going to be straight from like playing the game and unlocking them. Your rewards, your upgrades, your gadgets are all directly just from the upgrade room. So everything's getting streamlined. You can also play every class when you start off. I don't know how many times I still get people being like, hey, how do I play a ninja? Like, you gotta unlock it. You gotta get to your skill tree to unlock it. So there's a lot of cool things. But what about your skill trees and all your points, right? We're going to get it back. We are. With the skill tree removed, we've filled in the account level up rewards with fort stats, upgrade points, and various resources, such as XP. In a future release, not 6.3, we'll also be adding a feature that allows players to max level to infinitely earn... A feature that allows players that are at max level to infinitely earn an additional reward each time they would have leveled up again. So every time that we hit full XP bar, it's like 0 XP, and you're like, dang it. We'll get something for it, which is kind of cool. We'll be tracking XP gains for max level players in the meanwhile from 6.3 on in order to retroactively grant those rewards in the future. That's disgusting. If they since like the second month of release, man, I don't know, maybe the third month, but there's been a lot of, I can't. I don't know if that's a good idea. It's people want stuff, free stuff. Give me free stuff. Gimme. But let's be honest, when they retroactively gave everybody those upgrade llamas or the troll stash llamas for all the upgrade stuff, when they that was actually a bad decision in my opinion. I had people that had like 300 llamas, and just to open like 20, 30, I did a video on 40 of them, and it took me 2 days. And not only was it, so you fill your inventory up, then you have to go in and clean it out because all your stuff that goes past your capacity is locked. So it was a chore. It was a tedious chore. Yes, it was free stuff. Yes, it's a cool stuff. Gumby, stop bitching. You're negative, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. It's just a pain, dude. Yeah, it's just like, wow. So I'd be curious to see what kind of rewards they'll give. It does sound like it's resources and XP, so that's cool. But if it's like llamas and actual inventory affecting stuff, that's... that could be painful. Anyways, moving on. When these changes go live, your account will be converted in such a way that it should be just as powerful or even more so than it currently is in terms of stats and progress. You will automatically and retroactively be granted any rewards you would have been granted for leveling up, and any features you previously unlocked should remain unlocked. If you're not up to where they now become available within the campaign, you'll have an equivalent amount of research already stored up in Lars's research lab based on your existing research progress as well. So they're going to get rid of the trees. We're going to have everything to get back to where we were. Okay. So we're not getting reset and have to start over again. They're resetting the system, but we get all of our stuff required to get back to where we were within the new system. So that'll be cool. We know there's a lot of new stuff to take in, so we're also granting existing players a way to reset the new upgrade room and research lab a couple times each while you figure things out. That's cool. That's way cool. So now I don't have to make a new profile to figure that stuff out. One last thing to mention is that the requirement to pre-select defenders has been removed. While the same rules governing how many mission and storm shield defenders can have at once have been carried over, you can now summon any defender by just using a defender post. That's cool. I had to read that a couple times earlier. So now you're not going to pick 3 guys to come into battle with you, right? Regardless if you can actually spawn them or not. So if you're in a regular mission with 3 friends, you can't use a defender. But let's say you're in a regular mission with 2 friends, so there's 3 of you total, you guys can put 1 defender down to make up that 4th slot. So instead of like putting your defender pad down, clicking on it and picking one of the 3 that you have slotted, you get to pick any defender in your inventory. So that's really cool, because there's times where I want to throw out 4 snipers, but I can't carry 4 snipers with me, man. So obviously I'm referring to the group missions or the mega alert missions where they're group missions. They got the little 4 people symbols below the symbol of the mission. You can have 4 defenders on top of the 4 players, if you guys did not know that. Let's see. These changes are our first iteration on making the UI more fun, engaging, and easier to use for everyone. We're looking forward to hearing everyone's feedback on this new revamp. So we're getting a huge rework coming, I think, next next week. Not this week. I think it's next week. I could be wrong. They put out a roadmap that I did not cover, but that gives the dates of the updates. Not the specific dates, but week of. And I think 6.3 is next week. I could be wrong. But let's just go ahead and yeah, look how old this is. This backpack doesn't even exist. Look at that. Look at that backpack. Maybe it exists. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't play base Kyle. It's so weird. Look at that encampment. Let's just take a second to say farewell. Oh yeah, and the bones? Wait. He pushed those husks and they died and bones came out. Okay, now that we're just eating more time into the video, but look at all this. If I were you and you're curious, go through, watch this stuff. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. Rip skill tree 1, rip skill tree 2, rip skill tree 3. Oh, they even changed it. When did they? I didn't even notice they changed it. Ranged combat, building, scavenging, and melee combat. This used to be the ninja tree. This used to be the outlander tree. This used to be the constructor tree, and this used to be the soldier tree. See, I didn't even know they've already made changes. That's crazy. And research will be gone. Rip research videos. Survivors, defenders. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to see it streamlined. Anyways, that's it. I'm not going to keep any of you guys longer. Super long video, lots of information. If you stuck it out, cool. If you didn't stick it out, I'm sorry. But I'll leave a link again down below if you guys want to go look at it on your own time. Check out the pictures, zoom in, scavenge around, play with it. I stream daily over on Twitch at twitch.tv/SlyGumbi from the hours typically between 8 p.m. till about 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast United States. So if you guys are up late night, you're inappropriate, you're down and dirty, you're goofy, you like to have a good time, you can handle sarcasm, and you don't have super sensitive feelings, feel free to swing by. It's a good time. So with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.